This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Dun, 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 dun. Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet is a winner. So head over to FanDuel.com to check that out. Well, that was a fun game. Started off rocky, but finished smooth. Nice win for the boys in blue. Confident win. Come from behind. 12 hits. Shohei Ohtani leading off the game with the blast. First pitch swinging. I can't honestly think of a better way. And I honestly a little bit feel foolish that we've discussed plenty of times here on the postcast the idea of putting Shohei somewhere else in the lineup because there are times when it seems like there might be a better utilization of Shohei Ohtani. But when he does that first pitch swinging, hitting bombs, I can't think of a better way to start a game than that. It's just that is a kick straight in the you-know-what for a guy like Max Fried, the opposing pitcher, who, by the way, came in absolutely red hot. You guys mentioned it. I had not been paying attention to what Max Fried had been doing. But yeah, he was 7-0 coming into this game for the Yankees with like a paltry 1.3 ERA. First loss of the season. Today he went 5. He gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. Only struck out 3, and his ERA ballooned to 1.92 after the loss. As for Tony Gonsolin, what a crazy win for him. Like, does he deserve to win that game? Yeah, absolutely. Right? I mean, even though he gave up 4 home runs, you know what he did? He settled down and kept the Dodgers in it. Gave his offense an opportunity to win.
This is what you'll be talking about.
2 things we'll be talking about after this one. Rematch of the World Series. Yankees and Dodgers is always a big deal. Weekend series at the Ravine. Both teams playing well. 2 big-time heavy hitters. You know, it's the same kind of lead up as we saw in the World Series last year. Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, et cetera, but when Tony Gonsolin comes out and is just serving up batting practice to the Yankees, they hit 4 home runs. Baseball is all about stats. I don't know where you would find this stat, but I'm sure it's out there. When's the last time a guy gave up 4 home runs and won the game? Sure, guys have given up 6 runs, 5 runs, 6 hits, won the game. But 4 of those 5 runs he gave up were home runs. That's insanity. But 3 walks, 4 Ks, settled down, made it through 6 innings. I guarantee there's not one of you out there that was like, yeah, Tony Gonsolin's going to go 6 to give up 4 runs and win the game. I know I didn't. I'm like, what is he still doing out there? Thought they were going to pull him after an inning and 2/3. He was not good to start, but found his rhythm. So give him credit. As for Virtual says, I feel so much better about this series now. Just all I gotta do is win 1 so you don't get swept, I guess is the point there. But that was a good win. Beating Max Fried. I don't think any of us would have been disappointed if they lost this one after that with the way it started. Would have been like, well, can't win them all. Gonsolin isn't great, but Shohei Ohtani, 2 home runs. The first one, a complete blast, 417 feet. I guess paltry compared to Aaron Judge's moonshot, which was 446 feet. But then Shohei Ohtani hit another one, 377 feet to center on a four-seamer. The first one came on a sinker. So that's a great way to start off the game. Teoscar 1 for 4 with a run scored. Will Smith, a pair of hits and 2 runs scored in that big sixth inning. Freddie Freeman, 3 for 4, average up to 368, OPS at 1,066. That dude is just a fantastic low ball hitter. And I'm not telling you something you don't already know, but it's definitely something that needs to be pointed out. He is so good going down and getting balls. Most guys can't do that. You know who has also figured out a way of doing it much better is Andy Pages. He used to be terrible on balls down and in, down and away, down and down the middle. He would be lurching at those balls and, flailing them or weak ground balls or whatever. But Pages has really picked up his game when it comes to hitting low balls. And again, he is hitting all of them now. Low, middle, up and away, up and in, down and in. Pages has turned his game around in a remarkable way. As far as player of the game today,
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Well, with 2 home runs, leading Major League Baseball now with 22, 15 in the month of April or May. He did not hit 15 in April. He hit them in May, which, by the way, ties a Dodger record, tying Pedro Guerrero and Duke Snyder, who I think did it in the 53, I think. Of course, Pedro in the 80s. 2, 4, 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and 2 home runs for Shohei, player of the game for sure. But a very close second, an honorable mention, Andy Pages, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. So Shohei hits 2 home runs, solo shots. Pages 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 3 RBI. Part of that big 6th inning. Single to left, which scored Freeman and Will Smith. And then in the 7th, single to center again, scoring Will Smith and Freddie Freeman. How is that only 3 RBI? I just mentioned 4 guys that he knocked in. Oh, I'm sorry. Freddie didn't score the first time. Will Smith scored Freddie to 3rd. And then in the 7th, he knocked in Will Smith and Freddie Freeman. So big night for Andy Pages, big night for the Dodgers at the plate. It all just feels so good to beat the Yankees after the way they started this game, right? You look at being down in that hole and they dig out of it. And then it's in the 8th and the 9th, the bullpen shaky of late. The 2 guys who have been the shakiest come in and slam the door. We'll talk about that after the break. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. They're on Monday through Friday, breaking it down for you. They'll give you 30 to 35 minutes more in depth than we do here on the postcast. We kind of give you some instant reaction. So we appreciate you watching both of us or listening wherever you find your podcasts on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by Supply House. Get supplies you need from the site that is made for skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're a plumber or in HVAC or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy to use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. If you need help with that order, for some reason you don't know how to install this part or how to remove the old part, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service. You'll always talk to a real person, and trade pros looking for an extra edge. Their free Trade Masters program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, which is huge, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. And here's a discount for you. Use the promo code SH5. You'll get 5% off your first order. Again, that is supplyhouse.com. The Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Court the Crusader, right, to a certain extent here. To be honest, I get nervous with Vesia on the mound. He seems more worried about how the jersey is fitting. So funny that you bring that up. I was going to mention it 2 days ago. I was like, Vesia looks like a guy whose clothes are too small. Like, he needs a half size larger in everything. He's constantly like fidgeting with his jersey. I feel like he'd be fidgeting no matter what. He seems like a fidgeter. He doesn't seem like a guy that is laid back, really. He's always kind of moving and fidgeting. I mean, that's the best way to put it. He just doesn't stop moving. But yeah, it looks like his jersey's too small. Always. It's like, you know, when sometimes you sit down wrong and your shirt gets tugged back, you're trying to relax on the couch and your clothes are like, you know, binding you in uncomfortable spots, and you're like, gotta move this, and maybe I gotta go put something on more comfortable, like a baggy sweatshirt or something. That's what it feels like Vesia is always doing, like always looking for a baggy sweatshirt. Like, his shirt's just too small. Maybe it's because he's jacked, but the bottom line is, yeah, I wondered that very same thing. But to the bigger point, both Vesia and Scott have been bumpy, rocky, not effective of late, especially Tanner Scott. They brought him in for 1 out and got the out. So good for him. Threw 2 pitches. Maybe that'll help him get some confidence. I watched those 2 pitches fairly closely, and I was not feeling confident about their location, their movements, their velocity. Those 2 pitches that he threw did not seem to be dominant. They were very reminiscent of what we've seen from him over the last few outings. So I'm not necessarily believing that he's got his stuff back, but a lot of times it could just be a level of confidence. And today, you know, hopefully quick little 2-pitch outing for him will help build some more confidence or help reinstate the confidence that he's lost over the last few outings. But good for him to get the hold, get the out, and go back to the bench. And then Vesia came in, gave up 1 hit, got the save in the 9th, 11 pitches, lickety split, easy peasy, man. That was a quick, fast, and in a hurry. No threats, not worried, not biting our nails, not going, oh no. I mean, it really, honestly, if you're a Yankees fan and you watch that game, you're like, damn, what are we going to do to beat these guys? Right? The Dodgers have now won 5 of the last 6 against the Yankees, if you count the World Series, where the Dodgers won in 5 games. So the Dodgers right now definitely have the Yankees number, and they beat their number 1 starter, Max Fried, who is, without a doubt, you'd have to say, front runner for, well, I mean, the ERA went from 1.2 something up to 1.9 because he gave up 6 earned runs today. Mind-boggling. I mean, that's baseball for you, right? Tony Gonsolin goes out there, gives up 4 home runs and wins the game. Now 3-1. Max Fried, who had this paltry little ERA, undefeated on the season. I mean, we didn't think he was going to go win or undefeated all season long. He's going to lose one at some point. Well, kudos to the Dodgers for doing that and taking advantage of him and beating him, getting the win. Gritty win today for the Dodgers. Again, 12 hits in all. 8 runs scored. They in those 2 innings, the 6th and the 7th, when they scored 6 runs, they had 8 hits and 12 runners on. That is rally cap at its finest, my friend. So confident building win for the Dodgers, playing well, swinging the bat. Miggy Rojas over. Conforto even got a hit. Nobody has complained about Conforto in like 2 or 3 games. Oh, if Conforto can turn it around, this season's over for the Dodgers, right? They'll just cruise to victory. Tommy Edman starting to find his way again after coming off the IL. 1 for 4 with a run scored. But Pages and Shohei Ohtani doing the damage with Freddie Freeman. Also a multiple hit night. 3 for 4. Batting average at 136. Freddie did strike out once, but 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run scored. Always just fun to watch that guy hit. He's such a good hitter, and it's always going to be beneficial for the Dodgers. It's kind of like, I don't know that it has to happen on the same night, but as go Shohei, Teo, Freddie, go the Dodgers. Will Smith could be like 4th on that list. But if you get, and Mookie didn't even play tonight. Is that, I heard from a buddy of mine who's not a Dodger fan, Angel fan. He was like, Mookie Betts didn't play today because of a stubbed toe. Baseball players are such wimps, but he used a different word. And I'm like, if you can't run because your toe is pretty jacked up, you definitely are going to have a tough time swinging. I mean, it all makes sense to me. I get it. I mean, baseball is hard. Baseball it's a long season. They play a lot of games. They play double the amount of games of any other professional sport. So if you stub your toe, sounds like a meaningless, nothing injury, inconsequential, but really could hamper your ability to play. So I totally get it. I don't fault any, and Mookie is a grinder. He's out there all the time. He's not missing games on a regular basis. So give the guy a break, but that's what you get from a non-Dodger fan, right? So yeah, it was nice to see Miggy get in there and start it short. Unfortunately, wasn't able to bang out any hits, but everyone else, Muncy came in as a pinch hitter for Kike, who started at 3rd. That was a little surprising. Don't exactly know, because Fried's not lefty, right? Is Fried a left-handed pitcher? I thought Fried was a right-handed pitcher. He is a lefty. Duh. My bad. So that does make sense now. Sorry. I always forget that about Max Fried. He's a lefty. He's a crafty lefty. Well, not tonight, my friend. Dodgers win at 8-5 and take game 1 of this series against the New York Yankees. Back at it tomorrow. Another night game. I think it's a little earlier. They'll start tomorrow at 4:15. Final day of May. Let's see if Shohei Ohtani can break that Dodger record for home runs in the month of May and surpass Pedro Guerrero and Duke Snider. And for those of you wondering why I say Pedro Guerrero that way, it's because I'll never forget the O.J. Simpson interview at some point in time during his whole murder thing, where he was trying to make everyone believe that Pedro Guerrero was a suspect. I think is how it went. But he would say, Pedro Guerrero. I don't know. It always just laugh. I feel like Stern used to play that clip a lot. And Pedro Guerrero. Yeah, Pedro Guerrero is a killer. Anyway, tomorrow it is Landon Knack for the boys in blue versus Will Warren. Again, first pitch 4:15 at the Ravine. I'm Pete Fox. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate your comments. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast, Monday through Friday, breaking it down for you. 30 to 35 minutes. They'll get in depth as to what is going on in the Dodger universe. Again, appreciate you guys watching and listening, and all of the comments are always welcome. Thank you. We'll talk tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night.